Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning into the Will Fix It team. So this is an older vehicle. It's a Mazda B2300, but the same thing as a Ford Ranger. This dates all the way. This is a '94, but they did this design for several years where you have two sets of coil packs, and one side obviously works this side of the cylinder or the side of the head, and this for that, and they don't fire at the exact same time. Once this is your normal timing, these are a little bit late, and so what I had the problem with, and what the video is about, is diagnosing the ignition problem that was going on with this truck. It ran really sluggish. When you throttled into it, just bogged, and it would run, but it just didn't run that well. Real slow, and just not a lot of power either. Just felt like it was losing power. And I went to the basics because somebody else has already been working on it. And I just wanted to make sure that the timing belt was properly installed, even though it'd been a while back. It's actually starting to crack, deteriorate. It's going to need replacing. You can actually see that in this video here. But it was in time. And these are non-interference engines, by the way, just for the record, in case you've got one of these trucks, or just letting you know that this timing belt can break, and it won't. The valves don't come in contact with the piston. And when I would remove the wires checking the spark, I noticed that one side of the coil pack was dead. On both sides, by the way. This bank right here wouldn't work, and then I think it was this bank right here of the coil packs that just had no spark. And so to sort of trace this problem out, once I noticed that everything was in time, I just a little background on how this works. You've got 12 volts with key on power right here in the center on the red wire, and much like you would see on an ignition system that would have points, you're going to break the negative side. You have two of these wires here on the left and the right, and after the ignition module does what it does, it breaks the negative side. So what I did was I just power probe works, but I used just an old school test light. If you got these laying around the house with an incandescent bulb, and I went to the hot side of the battery because I was testing for negative pulse, and I would back probe, and I noticed this side was flashing and this side wasn't. Same thing over here on this. So I was like, huh. And I know we've got a crankshaft sensor that reads both sides. And but I've worked on a lot of these Mazdas and Rangers and stuff with this little 2.3, which the 2.5 had the similar ignition system. I think they went to a camshaft driven like reluctor on the 2.5, if I remember right. But anyhow, if you've got a module like this, it processes that, and then it allows this to work the coils. And I went back over there, and I have a scope, and but a lot of guys are doing this, do it yourself, don't have that ability. But back probed, and I noticed that I was getting a square wave signal from both sides of the crank. So I'm like, that seems to be crankshaft sensor is doing its thing. And those are pretty tough. They don't very seldom they give any trouble. And I replaced the ignition module, and after I done that, I got my spark back on both sides of the coil packs. And then when I throttled into it, it revved like these things kind of rev pretty quick. Zoom, zoom, and I haven't drove it yet, but I know it's going to have a lot more power. And so now I'm going to follow through with the rest of the job, because, like I said, I wanted to be sure it was in time first. It just sounded like the timing was really low, and I had not a checked spark, but I had pulled the cover back and noticed how cracked the belt was. And I was like, well, I need to change that anyways. And the guy wants it all fixed, and so that's why I kind of went this direction. But yeah, that was the reason why it had losing spark on coil packs, and it turned out to be that ignition module. And I'm just doing this little quick video for people that are trying to DIY these old trucks and keep them rolling. Hope that helps anybody. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment sections. I'll do my best to get back to you. You have a wonderful day, and thank you very much for watching.